How can people help to protect the environment? I think one of the ways that people can help to protect the environment is recycle the things that they think they don't use. For example, a glass of water, you can search for other usings that have. For example, a piece of paper, if you have already write in one side, you can start writing on the other side, or you can do like origami with a paper that is like dirty. That's one of the ways that we can help to protect the environment. Recycle the things and search for other usings. When the original use is finished, you can search for other use for that thing, and that's one of the ways you can help the environment. Also, another way is to use a public transport. Why? Because it's not the same to use one car with one person that use I don't know, like a bus or the metro with many people inside going to the same place, and that can like avoid to that can reduce our carbon footprint, and that helps a lot the environment, because one of the things that contaminate the most is our carbon footprint, and that's one of the ways that we can reduce the carbon print. Also, another way is to buy organic products. For example, buy products that are going to help the environment, not buying things with plastic, not buying things that are not going to help the environment or that can recycle those things later. Also, another way is to replace old electronic and appliances. This helps a lot the environment if you like recycle, like a way to say it, those electronic devices. Because if you, for example, have a phone, like for example the iPhone 8, and immediately it comes a new iPhone and you buy it, but you have already this iPhone and it's good, it doesn't work bad, it doesn't have problems, you are contaminated because you are consuming things that you don't really need to use in your life. And that's other thing that affect so much the environment, the consume that we made, because sometimes in life we just not take things for our lives that we need to start taking things in our life that we really need, and not taking things because it's it's fashion, or because it's the newest thing so I need to have it. No, because those things are the things that affect the environment, because we are like sober consuming in many ways. And also, another way to protect the environment is to use less water, because water is like the most important thing in our life. Everything, for I would to say, it's made of water. For the food, we need water. For wash, for take a shower, we need water. Many things are made of water, so we need to start to taking care of this natural gift, because we sometimes we think that this doesn't have an end, that like the water it's forever, that the water doesn't end, but if we continue acting like this, in one point the water is going to disappear, and we're gonna start like a fight for water. So that's another way to take care of the water and use the water that we really need. That's a way to help to protect the environment. Also, another way to protect the environment is to talk to people, to start like making conscious about the for example climate change or things that are going on in other places, because if we doesn't start to think about those issues that are going on, we are going to like front the consequence of this, because all the actions that we are doing now, it's going to have very bad consequence in the future. So I think that another way to protect the environment is to talk to people, make conscious about those issues, and not avoiding the issues that are going on.
Okay, so I'm going to talk about how to improve the justice system in all of these aspects. So the first one is the domestic violence. Okay, so I think that to improve the domestic violence, it's really important that the person that it's being attacked have to talk. For example, there is a house where live the mom, the father, and two sons. So one of the son look that the father is attacking the mom, it's hitting her, or he's screaming a lot, or he's doing like a lot of bad things. So what the son have to do is that he have to talk with the mom or with the father or with someone that can help him and the family to solve the problem. The other thing that is really important is that if you, as the person that you are being attacked by someone, you should report it, you should say it, you shouldn't stay quiet, because you have to fix what's happening. And if someone is attacking you, you shouldn't stay with that person, because if that person did it once, probably he or she is going to do it twice and three times and a lot of times. So it's really important to report and not to stay quiet. If you as a person, if you see that your family, if a friend, if your cousin, your sister, anyone is being attacked or is attacking, uh, you have to solve it. Another way is replacing the old electronic, because we know that these devices are causing a lot of contamination because they produce like O2 or those type of things. So it's really important to replace them into new ones and put them in a good place. No putting them in any part, because that's going to cause more contamination. Okay, the second thing is the corruption. So, to solve this, like to improve this in the way of the justice system, it's so important two things. The first thing is that the people, like the civilization, pay a lot of attention on where their money is going. For example, with the money that the people pay in the taxes, with the clothes, or all of the money that is going to the government, the people should know where this money is going, because sometimes you just pay it and you don't care about where the money is going, and probably what's happening is that the politicians are stealing that money. So it's really important to like pay a lot of attention of where this money is going. The second thing, and I think that is more difficult, but it have to be more like by the person, is that the politicians should be more honest. Like, there are a lot of issues in the country and in the city, and they should think more about the people and not about themselves, because they already have a lot of money and they have everything they need and they want, and there are a lot of people that are needing that money more than them. So they should be more conscious about what they are doing, about where this money is going. So they should be more honest, more conscious, and the people have to be like to pay a lot of attention on where the money is going, if the people is using the money in the good way. Okay, so the other thing is murdering the people and the animals. So I think that this is something that is really difficult to improve, because there are a lot of bad people in the street that they don't care about killing the people, about killing the animals. They don't have like a soul or a good heart. But I think that it's really important that there were like more a hard punishment for these people, so probably they will be scared about doing what they are doing. It's really important that, for example, the people pay attention to the animals, to their families or something like that, because, for example, if someone goes out alone and there's someone bad in the street, they can kill you. And it's really important that you pay a lot of attention or where you go and everything like that, because it's so difficult that we change the mind of the people, of the murderers that kill the people and the animals. Is so difficult to change their minds. But if we care each other, if we care of ourselves, our family, our friends, we can stop a little bit this to happen. And the other thing is to have a harder punishment for these people, not just going to jail, something worse, something that they feel the pain, that I don't know, they feel so bad at what they do. So I think that this can solve the problem. Well, the other one is the drug trafficking. I think that this one is the biggest issues in the society nowadays, because a lot of people in the streets are trafficking drugs, and the most quantity are teenagers. Nowadays, the teenagers are drug dealing drugs everywhere. So I think that is really important, like, to solve this problem, that the family pay attention to the kid, where the kid is going, with who the kid is hanging out, what things the kid is having. For example, if he is mysterious, he is like suspicious, maybe the mom have the right to look what he have in his room. It's so important. And that also the teenagers are conscious. If you see that something's happening, if you see a teenager selling drugs to another teenager, you should report, because in this way we can improve solve this issue, because it's so difficult to try to solve the narco traffic chains that are so big. But we can start for the little ones, for the kids, for the teenagers that are drug dealers, and like we can solve this problem in this way. Because if we start for the small things, then we are going to start improving and improving, and this can disappear in the future. Okay, and the final one is the animal abuse. Well, so how to improve the justice system in the animal abuse? Well, I think that nowadays the animal abuse is something that we are watching every day. Now in the social media, we are all the time watching these websites, these profiles that they don't care, and they just post pictures or videos abusing the animals, and that is so bad. So how I think that we can solve this? Maybe it have to be, how I said before, a harder punishment for the people that do this type of things, for the people that is doing like animal experiments or something like that, the people that is posting these things in the website, for the people that is murdering, that is abusing, that is doing all of this bad stuff to the animals. They should have a harder punishment, not just jail, because the people nowadays no scared of the jail. They just do the things, and if they go to jail, okay, so then they go out and there's anything else. So it have to be a harder punishment that really pains them, that they really say, okay, I'm not going to do that, because I'm going to be punished with something really hard, because they don't care about anything else. They don't care about hurting the animal. They just care about going to jail.
So now, how might these industries have been affected by the technology? For example, the media industry. I think the media industry influence in our lives in a very strong way, because in media industry involves many things. For example, the way we communicate, for example, electronic devices. And I think the technology have been affect the media industry in good ways and also in bad ways. For example, in good ways, because we have like access to the information like more immediately. So this is like a very good thing to us, because for example, if I don't know, something happens, if we turn on the TV and we search for the news, we are going to have access to this information. But in the past, this doesn't exist, this doesn't happen, because in the past these technologies that we have today doesn't even exist. So this is like one of the advantage that technology have been affected in the media industry. For example, if we have like a friend in another country and we want to communicate with that friend, we have our phones, we have our mails, and we can send a message. But in the past, this doesn't happen. We need to write, for example, a letter, and we need to wait, I don't know, 2 months, 3 months for our answer. But now the answer can be like immediately. So I think the media industry have influenced the technology in the media industry have influenced in a very good way, but in bad way have been influenced, like for example if we search for videos, I don't know, in YouTube or platforms like that, this can influence in our lives if we let this influence in our lives in a bad way. For example, there is people saying to us how to dress, how to speak, if we need to lose weight. So I think if we don't have like a strong personality, this media industry can affect in our lives. But if we take a look of all the advantage that these have, we can like have a good time with all of these technologies that are appearing all these days.
Okay, the sport industry have not been like affected by the technology because the technology in the other way have been like help a lot in this industry. For example, when they are like any like a football match in the other side of the world and you are here at your home and you want to watch it but you can be there, so you have your TV to watch it. So maybe in the sport industry they have helped a lot and not like affected negatively. Okay, the medical industry have been affected by the technology because in this moment, like all of the things that are used in the medicine are technologic things. So, for example, the technology now is replacing the doctors and the things like that. So, what's happening is that maybe a machine doesn't have the same knowledge that a person like the doctor. So, this is how this is affecting the medical industry. Okay, and in the music industry, this have effect because maybe nowadays the people are not like so interested in playing the piano or playing the guitar or playing any instrument because they can like just take a melody that is on YouTube or on internet. So the people is not like now interested in having all of these hobbies that are so good.
Also, the technology have been affected the way that the food industry is formed. For example, the precision in the agriculture or the data analysis, if there is waste of food, or if there is not, like 3D print food. For example, these are some like new technologies that maybe we didn't know that even exist, and these are advantage that the technology have that can affect so many ways in our lives. For example, the food industry that we didn't know that, for example, they have like 3D printed food, or if they have like data analysis, or if this month it's there are people that are wasting food or not. So I think these technologies have been affected the food industry in a very good way.